Good day, emerging mothers. It's Dr. Michelle Lloyd. I'm hoping you're good. Listen, I woke up this morning just thinking about and appreciating my parent Posse. Back in 2016, when my oldest daughter transitioned out of the home, of course, to venture off from the South to the East Coast, before she left, from time to time, there would be disagreements and there would be a conflict here or there. We call it soiling the nest, just those last little behavioral issues that occur prior to the college teen actually leaving home. And so just being open and honest and transparent, that's what happened in our household prior to her leaving. And when she left, we were on good terms, but I could also sense and discern a slight disconnect that occurred as well. And of course, we're closer now than we've ever been, but there was a disconnect that occurred before she left home in 2016, after graduating, and of course before leaving home. And if that is occurring to you, because a number of you, your teens are seniors, and this is the second semester, and graduation is approaching in a few months, and so they will be leaving as well. And so if you are encountering any type of conflict or disagreement, or it seems as though the teen may be lashing out from time to time, I want you to know that is perfectly normal. I was in a conversation with a parent today, and this was the topic of her conversation with me. And so that happens. It occurs in a number of households. And so that's the title of what is taking place. And it is soiling the nest. I mean, just think about it. You know, here it is. They're moving towards interdependence, if you will, but yet they're still dependent on you. And so there's this. I want to avoid saying confusion, but there's this notion or this thought process that wants of our teens, whereas they want to be interdependent, they really want to be independent, but they're moving towards interdependence. But by all intents and purposes, they're still depending on us, and so there's this push and there's this pull and there's this back and forth, and there's this stress that they're also experiencing as well. You know, and I want to make mention that, you know, some of the stress they're feeling is that they are really uncertain about the future. I mean, all of this time, of course, they've lived with us, and there's been this level of certainty because, of course, we have been supporting them and helping them and leading, and we've been guiding them and advising them, and now all of a sudden they're going to be on their own. So there is a fear that they're encountering with just the mere thought of being on their own. So I just want us to just talk just a second, just a few moments, and this will be a short live, just about what's going on cognitively as it pertains to just their thinking of uncertainty and just how to do this thing called life. So if it seems as though there are maybe more disagreements than not, a lot of times it has very little to do with the disagreement itself, and it has to do with what they will be facing here over the coming months leading up to their actual transition. So know that this is normal. Know that there's this push and pull that's going on within them. It may be a lashing out over something other than, of course, what's being faced at the time. Then also know that they are also comparing themselves as well. You know, their friends, their peers, of course, are, I'm sure, getting accepted into college or going off to the military, or maybe, you know, simply, you know, obtaining residence, of course, in their own apartments. And so there's a lot going on. And so there could possibly be the comparing of themselves and maybe them feeling as though I may not be measuring up possibly to what my friends are doing. And then a number of people, and it will happen more and more and more, are on social media and they're posting, where they're committed and where they'll be attending in the fall. And so that can cause some additional emotions surrounding this senior year and what's occurring. That's stressful. That's pressure. And so that could also be a reason for the additional stages of conflict that could be occurring in the household as well. And then also, sometimes just the overall notion of them getting older and this adult stage, they're venturing off into being a young adult. And so and what does that look like? And sometimes we have a tendency to make it look easy when in essence, from time to time, we're reaching out to our support as well. And so I would encourage you during this time, whereas graduation is approaching, to lean into that parent posse and to make sure, please, that you're getting the support that you need. I love when the Apostle Paul writes to the church in Philippi and tells them, be anxious for nothing, but in everything, through prayer and supplication and thanksgiving, just make it be known to God, just whatever it is you're anxious about. And so let's, in addition to leaning into our parent posse, listen, prayer. I found prayer was already valuable in my life, but when it comes to raising teens and then them transitioning out of the home, having just being on my face in my prayer closet, like having my mug in the rug, is what has been so valuable to me and strengthening my relationship with Christ. Oh my goodness, it has made a world of difference. So I would recommend that for those of you who have yet to try that, to feel free to lean in and try prayer and then lean into that parent posse. Listen, I love you all so very much, but I know that a number of you all are facing just a difference in the relationship that you have with your teen who's leaving, and seeing probably some different behaviors that are taking place. So I wanted to pop in and just share with you, listen, that's normal, and you will adjust as you continue to provide the support that's needed. So again, love you all. Take care. If there are any questions, yes, drop them in the chat and I'll be sure to connect back with you. Again, take care. Bye. I'm Dr. Michelle Lloyd.